Thanks for clicking. What you're seeing is a master law sector. Just look at the health bar. It's hard to even notice the damage. In this video, we are going over Season of the Witch's newest strand aspect, Weavewalker. We are gonna talk about all of its best use cases, including becoming unkillable in any and all PvE content, becoming similarly tanky in PvP, and even movement tech and theories at the end of the video. So stick around for that. And if you like my content and are enjoying Season of the Witch, go ahead and subscribe. I'll have plenty more content coming out that will help you be prepared for anything, including Crota's End, which is coming next week. So first, let's talk how to get the aspect. To get all of the new strand aspects, you first need to talk to Nimbus on Neomuna. From there, they'll give you a quest telling you to do the Veil Containment activity. Once you load in and interact with the computer, you can leave and return to the Puka Pond. At this point, you can get the new strand aspects for free. And this is the same for all three classes. So that's really simple. But now that we have this new aspect, let's talk about using it. The ability itself is actually pretty unique. It's a transformation. So once it's activated, you will transform until either deactivated or you run out of time. To activate it, you use your air dodge button. Whatever button that is for you is the one used for Icarus Dash or Shatter Dive. As for the cooldown on the ability, it's tied to our melees. So to activate it, you need at least one melee charge. Once it's activated, your melee energy will start to deplete over time, as you can see. And as for ending the ability, it'll conclude once you run out of energy, reactivate the ability, or cast your Rift. So now that we know the basics about how to use it, let's talk about using it effectively. As you saw in the beginning, it makes you pretty much immortal. But there's more to it than just plain old damage resist. In the clip I'm showing you, I had to literally try to take damage, because when you activate this ability, you essentially get a buffed version of Invincibility from the Void subclass. The split second it's activated, all enemies lose aggro completely. The only thing left is the AI being told to shoot where they last saw you. From this point on, while you are within the weave, no enemies will aggro, even if you touch them. But having literally insane amounts of damage resist and losing all aggro is not all this aspect has to offer. It still has more. The other effect is that when within the weave, you generate perched threadlings over time, which, for the first time ever, means strand warlocks now have a way to create threadlings based off of their melee cooldown. So that's all of the essentials about this aspect out of the way. Now we can get to the important part of the video. When and where should I use this ability? Is it even good? And that's what I'm going to answer right now. Starting in endgame content, Master and Grandmaster level stuff, this ability is essentially a get out of jail free card. And having a get out of jail free card is kind of wild considering all the implications. For starters, repositioning from a bad spot to a better spot is what immediately comes to mind. And it's also the most simple use of the ability. But we can get much deeper in how we actually utilize Weavewalker. This is especially the case when thinking about objectives in the endgame content we're doing. For example, Grandmaster Nightfalls, Master Raids, and Dungeons are all things where we have objectives. So let's say in a GM, you need to finish a capture point. There's some plate that you need to stand on to get to the next room or summon the next wave. Well, with this ability, boom, easy completion. You don't even need to worry about dying, regardless of whatever champions, trash mobs, or bosses are looking at you. The next example, let's say you need someone to give a call out, but where they give the call out from is in a dangerous room full of mobs. Well, with this aspect and this ability, boom, easy, no deaths. The potential here is pretty wild. And seeing as we're about to go into a new day one raid, definitely don't sleep on this if there's ever a time where you think being able to give information and complete objectives is necessary for your success. The next topic I'd like to cover is for you PvP players out there. Just look at this gameplay. I intentionally sat in front of these players to see how long it took me to die, and they just couldn't kill me. Sure, I was in a bad position when I exited the weave, but you get the point. This ability means literally free repositioning inside of the Crucible. I honestly can't imagine how crazy things are going to get when the real PvP players start using this. Not to mention that while you're practically invincible and have free reign of the map, you also generate threadlings too, and we all know how annoying those can get. Though as you might know, I'm not the best PvP player, nor do I really focus on that. So for any PvP players out there, I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. And now we're moving on to the final category and my favorite one to talk about. And that category is how this ability can be used as movement tech. As I just said, my favorite thing in Destiny 2 is movement tech. Well skating, Icarus dash, slide canceling, it's all awesome. There's mechanical skill involved, and it just makes the game feel so good. And this new ability looks to have the capacity to do similar things. During my testing, I couldn't find a way to skate with it by myself. And for skating, I mean things like well skating and bubble skating, the huge distance covering movement tech. But I did find that you can use it to preserve momentum like Icarus dash. This is especially the case when doing things like an eager edge sword swing, allowing you to keep your momentum for longer. And with this little discovery and just kind of how it feels with the upward momentum you get when you activate it, this makes me think there may be some real movement tech opportunities that I just haven't discovered yet. So for anybody out there testing this ability and is well versed in movement tech, if you find anything, please let me know, because if we could get a strand type Icarus dash, oh man, would I love that. And with that, that's everything I've experienced regarding this new strand aspect. So let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. And I would also love to know how you're enjoying Season of the Witch, as well as the final shape reveal. I think both of them are really cool. I'll probably have some thoughts later in the season when content slows down. But please let me know down in the comments below, because more than anything, I like to hear from you guys. So if you want to support me and support this channel, a like, a comment, a subscription helps out so much. And if you want to support me in this channel, but you can't think of a comment down below, weavewalker. And with that, as always, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to see you around.